Writing a new book is exciting up until you're getting about to the point where you want to publish. And speaking of published books, how about we discuss The Revenant and the Tomb? So I'm working on my next book, which I think I'm going to call The WIZARD ODO. Today, I'm taking a short break to do up a couple of videos because, promote the book. Not doing yard work today because I'm giving my hip a rest. I have sciatica, we think. I've been going to a chiropractor and it's been helping a lot. Today and part of yesterday, I was walking around with hardly any pain. I think it's beginning to work, so I think I might just just be ginger with it for a while. Maybe I can convince one of my kids to, trim the shrubs. When you finally get that manuscript complete, and then you start revising it, you start to wonder whether this thing is really any good or not. I did that with The Revenant and the Tomb. I'm doing it now with this book. And I don't remember if I did it with the Frankie book. There's a certain time when you've read something over and over again, and you're kind of like, this doesn't really encapsulate how I was feeling at the time I wrote it, and you begin to kind of doubt whether what you've written is actually any good, and you don't really know until you actually get to, let's say, beta readers who will then read it and give you feedback and tell you whether, I liked this or I didn't. And then you'll sit there probably being surprised that they liked it because you're like, God, man, I didn't think it was that good of a story. The thing is that as the writing progresses and after that warm rush of completion is done, and then you start going in and you start fixing things left and right, you begin to feel like maybe this book isn't as great as you thought. You start getting kind of down on your writing and down on your book. And I talked to a bunch of independent comic artists about this, and because I was, I'm in a few Discords, and I kind of like talk about things, how it's going on with, my writing. And surprisingly enough, a lot of them, very experienced people, they also said that, after you get done with the book and you've been working on it, you kind of doubt, you kind of have feelings like this isn't as good a book as I thought it was. And I think a lot of that has to do with the fact that you've been pounding away at this thing for months. And like I said, the initial warm rush is gone, and now you're left with tedium and drudgery. And all that stuff you thought you wrote that was fantastic in the beginning really kind of ain't. And I'm sort of feeling that when I'm going back and revising my book. There's going to be a lot of revisions before this thing actually hits the shelves. And so it's hard to keep yourself going during that time when you're feeling so down about your book. And then the book hits, and people start writing reviews on it, and 5-star reviews, and you get that warm rush again. It's like, hey, maybe I am good. What I'm trying to provide is a little bit of encouragement and sort of insight into the creative process, and that if you've got your book done and you don't feel like it's that good, keep at it. You know, keep polishing it. You won't really know until it actually hits the bookshelves. That's the hardest part, is putting out a book and not knowing how it'll be received. And just kind of keep at it. Don't give up. I know writers that draw stuff, they write beautiful stuff, they go, I don't like it, it's not that good, you know, it's crap, and then they get rid of it and they draw something else. And that's part and parcel of the same sort of condition, where you don't think it's as good as you originally imagined it, but it's still really good. And your expectations are far different than that of the audience, or that you've just been working on it for so long that the allure is gone. Keep at it. Keep plugging away. Get that book out and start the next one. That's all I gotta say. In the next few days, beta readers will be getting the book. I've added a beta reader, and hopefully the response will be good. And after that, I will be getting the next book, the WIZARD ODO, into production. I'm shooting for getting it out this year. I've talked to the audiobook narrator about scheduling. So things are underway, and I got to get back to work. So until next time, and I need a good catchphrase.